have in my hand here a 0.7mm BNC pin. Now the reason I describe it as a 0.7mm pin is the internal diameter of this hole here is 0.7mm. Now it comes in bags of 100 pins, which you can see here, and it's used in conjunction with this crimp-on BNC connector, which you can see here. Okay. Now, why would we use this, or where would we use it? Well, the typical cable that we use inside the RG50 is in the CCTV industry is the RG59 cable, which you see here, and the core wire on this is 0.65mm, and that is pretty common right across the industry, certainly for all the cables that we sell. So this cable here is ideal because as part of the assembly and putting on the crimp-on BNC connector, what we do is we'd slide the pin on like this, and we'd crimp it on to hold it in position. Okay? And it works out quite well. But we can have some non-standard uses of this. And the non-standard thing is where I'm going to introduce a different pin. Now, the vast majority of people, this pin is ideal, okay? But we can have some situations where it won't do. And the two situations I'll mention is, if we have an RG59 cable that does not have a standard core wire, just say it's 0.8mm, which can happen. I haven't seen it that often, but I have seen it. And it just means it'll be too wide to fit in here. What we have is another cable here, which is a pin that has a 1.1mm internal diameter, which we see here. And just say we had a house that is pre-wired with RG6, which would be used in the satellite TV industry. We might actually want to come along and not run RG59. It's just more convenient to do our cameras over RG6. And if we looked at the internal diameter here of this, we can see that the core wire is thicker. In fact, the diameter in this would be between 0.95 and 1mm, okay? And then the larger 1.1mm pin here is ideal. But in the vast majority of cases, it's the 0.7mm that you'd be using. Now, a pretty typical reason that people would come and buy our pins is that they're coming along, they're trying to crimp on BNC connectors, they get on the pin and then they discover there's some problem and they can't put on the rest of the connector, they throw away the pin and start again. And over a period of time it can lead to an imbalance where we have a lot of casings for the BNC connectors with no pins. And what you can do now is simply come along and buy a bag of 100 for a cost much less than actually having to buy 100 BNC connections. So that's just it. So that's it anyway. An overview of the 0.7mm BNC pin comes in bags of 100.